Patriots are in the Super Bowl again. So let me know what you guys think about that. It's got, interesting one. Some of them think you're cheaters and some think they're okay. But also the Rams in the Super Bowl. That's pretty cool. Didn't do that while they were in St. Louis. What up, you guys? It's Devin Osborne here, Chewing the Fat, episode 7. We're on 7 now. It's great. It's my second episode since being at college, so as some of you know, if you didn't catch the last one, I am not any longer at the restaurant in Quincy. I'm at college yet again for semester 2, my freshman year. Thanks so much for you guys watching. If you haven't liked us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, subscribe to us on YouTube. We'd really appreciate you guys doing that. Interesting stuff going on. It's winter. It's cold. I know it's bitter up there for you guys. Random stuff's happening. Patriots are in the Super Bowl again. So let me know what you guys think about that. It's got, interesting one. Some of them think you're cheaters and some think they're okay. But also the Rams in the Super Bowl. That's pretty cool. Didn't do that while they were in St. Louis. But I guess they made a name for themselves out in California. So if any of you guys still Rams fans? I don't watch football, I don't pay attention. Still Rams fan, let me know. It's pretty cool. That's pretty dedicated, so good for you guys. Anyway, that'll be interesting how that works out. Hope you guys have fun Super Bowl times. I should have some more episodes before then. But I just caught some of the news today, and I thought I'd talk about it. What we're going to talk about today for barbecue, I'm going to go over some information and knowledge that you guys really should be taking in. I've said this somewhat before in the past, and I'll keep saying it for the next few weeks, months, because it's super important. And I don't think a lot of people really catch it, and it's just time and pace. Like, a lot of people don't go into this stuff because it's cold outside, or they're busy at their job, or who knows, their kids are doing something. I don't know what's going on in your guys' life. It's just everybody is at a different place. Maybe you're not thinking barbecue right now. If you're competing, maybe you're not thinking strict barbecue right now. That's totally cool. It's the off season. But let me tell you, the off season is one of the best places to bulk. It's like going to the gym. You don't bulk in the summer, you bulk in the winter. And then you cut and lean in the summer. Same thing. All right. So a couple things we're going to talk about today is just process and moving through and getting through testing and just how we've gotten to continuous development. And that's the key. It's just continuous development. But really, a lot of people don't know how to cook or don't know how to barbecue, and they'd love to be able to. Well, let me tell you guys, there is so much content out there, even before the internet. But we'll get that in a second. But even before the internet, there's so much content in just books alone that have endless recipes. I mean, just insane that they write down all these recipes. They're great or not good. Some of them are good, some of them are not. And not that you have to follow any of them. We don't really follow specific recipes out of books. We just look at them as bases, and then we go from there and build off of them. It's a great starting point. And for people to not use those and just try and come from scratch so they can say they have their own grandma's recipe, but they never have a grandma's recipe because they didn't get one, or they try and start from scratch somewhere else. It's hard to do. So start from a base. Use a recipe. Read. There's tons of books out there, too, that we've read. Myron Mixon's book, Franklin Barbecue's book. And a lot of them really just go through and storytell the whole, how they got to where they are. And that's great and whatever. And then they throw in some recipes here and there. Those are good. Whatever. You can use some of those. I've read some, my dad's read some, they're okay. But I'm talking strict recipes or strict how you can cook better, this and that. A lot of people don't like to give it up. But that's why I'm giving you this video right now. A lot of people don't like to give up any of this stuff. But I'm going to tell it to you for free so you guys can actually go out and cook your own barbecue and feel good about yourself, and I can bring you value. Because there's nothing better than you being able to do this stuff yourself. It's not just a select few people. We're not special. We just learned how to do it. You guys can learn too. instead of you paying $2,000 for a class that they're going to tell you their one specific way of doing it, and it's probably not even the full way, I'm going to tell you exactly what we do here without being $2,000. There's like zero secrets, and I'm really, the more I'm getting into it, the further and further I'm getting away from like secrets, because it's just there's nothing, there's no need for it. You know? It's just truth. We'll just tell you guys the truth. But that's a big one, guys. Read. And it doesn't even take a lot of reading because it's recipes, so it's not like you're reading 16 chapters a night. But that'll help out. Next one, the internet. It's a huge place to find these here recipes. Okay? Huge place. Everything from foodnetwork.com, cooking.com, blah, 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 blah. They've all got recipes, tons of stuff. I haven't put out too many recipes. I think I'm going to start incorporating some of that stuff here in the next few weeks. A lot of people who don't cook I've talked to, they don't quite understand. They might go out to the store and buy a seasoning and just use that seasoning. For instance, if it's some kind of Weber rub grill mix, they just use that. That doesn't have to be it. You've got so much more stuff out there that you can use and incorporate and make it better. We never once used the exact same recipe every single year. Week to week we might have, but the recipes that we were using, we tweak it one way here or there. If we went to St. Louis or in that kind of area, we would make it a little bit sweeter. And if we went to kind of up north, we might make it a little bit spicier. You know, whatever we did back then, it's all about adjustment and tweaking and styling and different tastes, and it's all about playing to the field. So if you're competing, really keep that in mind. There's a ton of recipes out there on the internet that you can grab from, pull from, and it's right there for you, which is awesome because not everybody had that. I remember it was probably 2010, you know, I'm going through websites and looking up this stuff like I was doing it. I was like 10 years old, no joke. And I was searching recipes and blogs and forums. There's so many blogs and forums out there that just talk about new recipes, new phosphates, new ingredients, injections, injection tools, wrapping techniques, styles, heat, cooking. So much of this stuff out there. And it's all out there, and you don't even have to pay for it. But you use that stuff as a baseline. We'll talk about some of those, but there's so much more that I can't even all cover right here. So go out there and use all those forums and platforms. Secondly, if you can find somebody like us, watch Like a Hawk. You'll see what we do. I know you guys taste the food. A lot of you love it. Maybe some of you don't. I'm not going to say everybody does. Maybe it's not for everybody. But you taste what we have. Replicate it. If it's not tasting like that, you know, strive closer to it. Watch what we're doing. And, you know, you'll get there. It's just common strategy. If your chicken is not coming out the way you want it to, adjust it. If it comes out better and it comes out more like us or more like somebody else you've eaten or watched, then presto, you're getting there. It's common stuff. It's one of the biggest things I'm going through right now. If you just follow the person, like basically pick what you want as the sun and then follow it like a beacon, and your product or whatever you're cooking, if you're competing as well, it's going to come out magical because you're going to get closer and closer and closer the more you sit there and study and study and study the other person. And if you can get somewhere in their index, like you're in ours, I'm giving this stuff to you, that's even better because then you've got a direct outlet to them. You don't have to just watch from afar. You're right up in their face. It's just observation. Just keep in mind what you're doing. Test, split test, run it through. Take notes of everything you do. I had notebooks. I would just take notes every single time. And guys, I'm telling you all this, and like I'm not even joking. Like a lot of you out there are probably like, oh yeah, that's cute, you did that. No, like I was serious. Like I was 8, 10, 12, all the way up, taking notes on how I did this stuff. Even before, dead honest right now here, guys, in the summer, before I left for college, I was really trying to improve brisket once again, and like I said, we changed it up. I talked about this in, I think, episode 4 or 3, one of them. But I changed it up. But I'm telling you, like, I was taking notes every single day. Like, this is how this came out. This is the temperature it cooked at. This is the degrees. This is the rub I used. This is the seasoning, the amount of water, the wrap, blah, 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 injection. Whatever I was doing, I wrote it all down. Kept notes all day long, blah, blah, blah. Did it the next day, the same thing, and the next day. I have the privilege, because we're in a restaurant, to do this and replicate it every single day. Maybe you guys don't, but that's okay. Whenever you do it, every weekend, every other day, whatever it might be, just like write it all down, remember it, keep track of it. Right now at the restaurant, we're going through kind of a brisket problem. I came back for Christmas break. It was kind of falling down a little bit, and I didn't really like it, so we made some improvements, and I got it back to where it was. The guys in the back, bless their hearts, they fell off a little bit on the process. Some things got kind of confused around sometimes, and it just wasn't as good as it should have been. So we broke it up. I broke it back down, literally tore it all the way back down to the beginning, built it right back up to where I was immediately, because I remembered most of it, and presto, the problem was fixed. Now that I went back to college here, still communicating with my dad. We had a test week when I was still there, see what they were doing, if they could produce it. And it was kind of in between, and it didn't work out or something. It was a little drier than it should have been. I just ran back through it, exactly what I told them. I was like, they need to make sure that they're doing this, and you need to check every single thing that you're doing. It's all about consistency, and it's really hard. Like, even them, like, they see everything I do, and even me, it just changes day to day. You can't always guarantee it's going to be a great cook. Literally every single day that I'm cooking, if something comes out bad, I don't get mad. I just get mad at myself, because I'm like, man, I put enough effort and that should be better. So keep that in mind. It's just all about consistency. You're not always going to have greatness. And even us who've been doing this for 6.5, 7 almost years in June, it's always an improving game. When I get back in the summer, I'm going to try and strip some other things down and improve them too. It's just a constant game of improvement. You don't stop, because if you stop, you're dead in the water. Others who are going to pass them up, they don't stop.